Welcome back to Therapy Thursday. We're about 5 weeks into quarantine. You can see I'm getting a little bit lazy on my beard. My shaved head's coming in nice and white now as I let my hair grow. Last time we were together, we did a 5-minute core routine for you guys to try until we can see each other again. We promised at the end of that video that we would show you a tougher routine, core routine specifically for those of you that are game. That's what this week's is going to be about. You need no equipment, just some space like we've got here, potentially a floor that's got some tile or hardwood like the one here, and one piece of equipment, which is literally just going to be a tea towel. So we'll walk you through this one exercise at a time. If you can do more repetitions, just pause the video and obviously go through that. We're just going to do about 5 reps of each of these exercises. Let's give it a try. So our first exercise is going to be the same as last week. We're just going to do a quick set of about 5 repetitions of the articulating or segmental cat-camel. Just trying to think of going through each segment of our spine one at a time into maximal flexion, trying to bring my forehead to my knees, and then maximal extension by trying to look up and have my tail look up on the other end. Again, this is just creating lubrication within our back, and it's a great way to prepare us for the movements and challenges we're about to go through. And it should take you about 5 or 6 seconds for each direction during each successive repetition. So for our next exercise, last week you remember we did the bird dog where we're extending one leg and the opposite arm up. We've talked about this premise before, but a way to make an exercise more challenging is to decrease the number of points of contact. For this, we're going to get into what's called the bear crawl position. So I'm sturdy and on all fours trying to push into the ground with my hands and my knees, and then I'm just going to lift my knees slightly up off the ground so I'm hovering. From here, I'm going to do the bird dog exercise, but trying to maintain that stiff and sturdy bear crawl position. So instead of having 6 points of contact, now I just have 4 points of contact, my 2 toes and my 2 hands. I'm still trying to maintain my spine as neutral and keeping that tabletop position between the 2 shoulders and the backside of my 2 hips. If you're finding this too easy, either increase the number of repetitions or even better, increase the length of the hold like so to about 4 or 5 seconds with each repetition. So our next exercise is going to be the front plank, but again, we're going to take away a point of contact. This is the first one we're going to use a towel for, and we'll do it for some repetitions. I'm going to be in a plank position, but instead of having both arms down, I'm going to bring one arm slightly across and try to get up into a single arm plank. From here, I'm going to use my towel and draw half circles, slowly and in control, trying not to bring my shoulder up too high in the air like this, just maintaining that good plank position. Good. So aim for about 10 repetitions. We would obviously do both sides with that one as well. So our next exercise is going to be another iteration of a one-arm plank. Last time we did repetitions of 10 seconds up, 2 seconds down for the full front plank, aiming for 10 reps. We're going to do the same exercise with one hand behind your back. So again, you'll be more in a crossbar position. However, you're going to try to maintain both shoulders as neutral. So from here, you're going to aim for 10-second repetitions. And then just down for 2. Back up for 10. Good. So with that one, we would still be aiming for as many reps as you can. We usually start people around 4 or 5, and obviously you would do both sides at the same time. So you do 4 or 5 with your left arm, and then 4 or 5 with the right. So we talked last time about the side bridge. We gave you 2 different forms, the modified side bridge like so, with both knees stacked, and the full side bridge, either with the top leg in front or with both feet stacked like that. Again, you have 4 points of contact. We're going to take one away and make you move the top leg. So from here, you can start with both feet stacked, and then we're going to try to drive one knee up and then back down, never actually bringing our feet back together. So just a slow, controlled movement, but it makes the side bridge a heck of a lot more difficult. So with that, Similarly, we'd start the person with about 10 or 15 repetitions and then have them switch sides, slowly increasing either the rep count or slowing down the tempo to make it even more difficult. So with our last exercise, you're going to bring back some fond memories of doing the wheelbarrow race. Except this time, you don't need somebody holding onto your legs. We're going to use our trusty tea towel again and put both feet on top. If you've got a long enough runway, just go nice and slowly for about 20 repetitions forward. However, if you have a more confined space like this, we'll just have you go forward and then trying to push backwards for an equal number of reps. So maybe you'll go forward and back 5 each directions twice. We'll just show you a couple of repetitions here. The key with this one is, again, not to allow your hips to come too high up or too low. So don't let them come way up like this. You're going to try to maintain your plank and just pull yourself forward. 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to push ourselves backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just coming forward and back repetitively to equal the same number of repetitions of coming all the way forward and back. Again, we typically start people at around 20 repetitions. If you find that whole routine easy, good for you, you're in great shape. You can hear that I'm huffing and puffing just from doing the demos. Try to go through the whole thing twice if you're finding it not challenging enough. We'll see you next week on Therapy Thursday.